this be a normal field trip? With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you're seeing octopus in the neighborhood, surfing on a sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at Junior Testing, take your second right past Mars on the magic school bus. Navigator nostril, climb on the magic school bus, spank a Plankton too. On our magic school bus, drop the river of lava on the magic school bus. Such a fine thing to do. So strap your bones right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic school bus. Step inside, it's a wilder ride. Come on, ride on the magic school bus.
This is terrible. I've lost some of the rocks and minerals from my collection. What am I going to do?
Lost rocks? Lost minerals? Not a problem, Arnold. We'll take a field trip and go directly to the source.
Active volcanoes are chock full of exciting stuff, like magma and gases.
Volcanoes by Wanda. See all those tabs? Click on them to check out the different sections of my report. Volcano Basics. What are they? Some mountains are volcanoes. They are made when hot molten rock called magma spills or explodes out of holes in the earth. These holes are called vents. The magma collects in a magma chamber deep under a volcano. The pressure in the magma chamber builds up until the magma pushes up and comes out on the surface of the earth. After it reaches the outside of the earth, magma is called lava. As lava cools, it hardens and builds up on top of the mountain. This makes the mountain get bigger every time there's a volcanic eruption. Composite volcanoes. Composite or stratovolcanoes are made from lava from both types of eruptions. Some of these eruptions are quiet and result in lava flow, and others are really explosive and create ash. Composite volcanoes have the shape we usually think of when we imagine a volcano. There are three basic volcano types: shield volcanoes, cinder volcanoes, and composite or stratovolcanoes. The biggest of these, shield volcanoes, are broad and have been made by lava which flows for a very long way before it cools. Shield volcanoes are made from the lava that cools to form basalt. Cinder volcanoes. Cinder volcanoes are tall and steep and form quickly. Their thick, sticky magma makes it hard for gases to escape. But when the gases do pass through, they cause very explosive eruptions with gritty volcanic ash which builds up a small mountain. Volcanoes. By volcanoes around the world. Hawaii. The biggest volcanoes on Earth are located above hotspots in the Earth's mantle. Mauna Loa on the island of Hawaii is a shield volcano formed above a hotspot. A hotspot is an area of the Earth which is always forming magma. The hotspot stays in the same place, but the ocean plates above it move over time, causing new volcanoes to be formed in a string. This is how many of the Pacific Islands were formed. Volcanoes by igneous rocks. Hot rocks. Igneous rocks begin deep in the earth as magma, which is hot, melted rock material. When a volcano erupts, the molten lava and ash cools into extrusive igneous rocks on the surface of the earth. Other igneous rocks form when the magma cools underground. These are called intrusive igneous rocks. All igneous rocks are made out of minerals, and they are named by what minerals they contain and how the rock was formed. Intrusive rocks. Igneous rocks that cool inside the earth are intrusive rocks. Since the magma cools slowly, the minerals in intrusive rocks have time to become large crystals. Their mineral crystals are large enough to see without a microscope. Some intrusive igneous rocks are granite, diorite, gabbro, and peridotite.
It's really neat to think that new rocks are being formed all the time. The Mid-Ocean Ridge by Phoebe. If you want to check out the other section of this report, click on the tab Layers of the Earth. Mostly mantle. The middle layer of the Earth is the mantle. This is the thickest layer of the Earth, just like the main fruity section is the thickest part of the peach. The mantle is incredibly hot. Globs of melted rock, called magma, are always trying to squeeze their way up through the top part of the mantle and through the crust. Sometimes the magma manages to make it all the way up and through to the top, where it comes out of a volcano.
They might not look like much on the outside, but geodes are awesome on the inside.
Geodes by Ralphie. Click on the tab. Mineral, rock, or crystal? Crystal. There are 6 basic crystal shapes that result in different sizes and patterns of a crystal face. Light reflected off of a crystal face is what we see glittering. That's how we know it's a crystal. Geodes by Mineral properties. Geodes by Ralph. Crystal shapes. Following rules. Crystals always form in regular geometric shapes. There are 6 main crystal families. Some families form shapes like cubes, such as galena or halite, which is salt. Another family forms crystals that look like 6-sided columns topped with a pyramid, like quartz. But all minerals follow the rules for their family. They always build certain shapes or combinations of those shapes. Outer shape, inner beauty. Minerals are made up of chemical ingredients, and these chemicals are always arranged in a particular pattern. When a mineral crystal forms, its crystal face shows the inner arrangement of chemical ingredients. Geodes by Ralphie. Where minerals form. Geodes. On the outside, a geode looks like a gray or light brown sandy ball, but crack it open and inside are beautiful crystals. Most geodes form in a hole in igneous rock. Dissolved chemicals in the hole slowly form well-shaped mineral crystals.
Faults are fascinating because they're giant cracks in the earth. Faults by Dorothy Ann. Click kinds of faults. Faults by tsunamis or tidal waves.
Sometimes volcanoes are explosive, and sometimes they're not.
The Subduction Zone by Carlos. Click on the Destroying Crust, Ring of Fire. If you look at a map of active volcanoes and earthquakes, you'll see that most of them occur around the Pacific Ocean. Indonesia, Japan, the northwestern United States, Mexico, Chile, they all have them.
This pattern is called the Ring of Fire. The subduction zone. Hotspot volcanoes.
Just click on the bus to start the adventure.
Bow, bow. Aye.
Find out where this bus can take us. Then click on the Go button to get there. Do you have gold fever? Pan for gold nuggets by moving Carlos with your left and right arrow keys. Flip the sifter by pressing the spacebar. Good luck!
Whoa, that gust of wind blew sand right into my eyes. Did you know that it takes millions of years for sand to turn into sedimentary rock?
Hey, Phoebe, did you know that millions of years ago, these rocks were under the ocean?
Yes, and I also know that over time this whole area was pushed up above sea level. And then, Much later, a river carved this canyon.
Hey, Liz, cut it out.
Carlos, she's just helping to erode the earth by digging up that dirt. Lots of animals do it. When wind, water, or ice breaks rock down into little pieces, that's called weathering.
Right, and erosion is when those little weathered pieces of rock get carried away by wind, water, or ice. I can't believe that little river...
Welcome to the Fossil Puzzles. Let's get started. Click on the arrows to choose a puzzle piece. Then drag the piece to where it belongs. Good luck. I'm impressed. Way to go! This is what the floor of the ocean looked like 400 million years ago. Those fish are the oldest fish we know about. They had heavy armor made out of bony scales. Ready for your next puzzle? These are fossils of swamp animals and plants from... Welcome! Do you feel like helping Arnold find the missing samples from his rock and mineral collection? First, listen closely. There are 3 kinds of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Arnold is missing one of each, and he's also missing a mineral. Now, check out those 4 empty spaces in Arnold's collection box. Click on one to hear your first clue about the missing samples.
Erosion is what happens when wind, water, or ice changes what the earth looks like. Rivers and streams wear off little bits of rocks, and eventually, over thousands of years, they could even carve a gigantic canyon out of desert rock.
Minerals are the building blocks of rocks, and many of them take crystal forms. Minerals are found all over the earth. Arnold's missing mineral is talc. Would you be a pal and help him find it? Minerals are the building blocks of... Igneous rocks form when magma or lava cools and crystallizes. They're usually found near land volcanoes or at mid-ocean ridges. Arnold's missing igneous rock is obsidian. Can you track it down? Sedimentary rocks are made when tiny grains get pressed together. They are found in many places, like canyons, faults, and caverns. Arnold's missing sedimentary rock is shale. Can you bail him out of this predicament?
Now you get to dress up me and Keisha in whatever outfits you choose. Click on the arrows to make us try on all kinds of hats, shirts, pants, and shoes.
Wahoo! Here we are at a favorite of mine, a mighty fine mountain. But there's more here than meets the eye.
This is such a cool-looking mountain. It's shaped like an upside-down ice cream cone.
Like a cone? I think I read that some volcanoes are cone-shaped.
Wow, I can see the crystals in this rock because they're so big.
This is a seismograph. It records earthquakes, which can happen under a volcano.
Earthquakes? Volcanoes?
Yep. If an earthquake happens under a volcano, that means molten rock called magma is rising towards the surface. Then the volcano could erupt.
What's that machine?
It's a tilt meter. It measures bulges in the ground to see whether the melted rock underneath is rising to the surface.
Oh, so if the molten rock is rising, we might get to see the volcano erupt.